Many people, if they experience an extreme, seriously disturbing event in their life, like seeing someone killed, or worse yet, a family member killed, never recover. But I'm going to tell you the story of someone who watched her sister be killed and recovered 30 years later. David Essel here, a tough one. David Essel, Essel's Daily Video Boost, your exclusive online community. And remember, when we're talking about healing, take notes and do what you'd rather not do, okay? It's crucial for us to move forward in life. Now, as I begin this story, I'm going to tell you this. Anytime you see extreme trauma, it is something that turns often into PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, which means that we carry through for the rest of our life with disorders in life. It could be nightmares, high anxiety, extreme depression, suicidal thoughts, addiction. There's so many things that happen. And I worked with a young woman years ago that saw her sister get killed and kept it within for 30 plus years. In those 30 years, she gained over 100 pounds. She had hellacious relationships, outrageous resentments, anger at herself, shame at herself, guilt at herself, and she carried it and carried it and carried it until one day she made the most profound decision of her life, and that is she reached out and asked for help. I was extremely fortunate to be the person who she reached out and asked, and I'm going to give you the formula that we use with all of our clients that have gone through extreme, emotionally, physically disturbing experiences in life that really, really work, but it's not for the faint of heart. It's not easy. We worked together for a year, and her breakthrough was absolutely stunning. But first we talk about getting into a zone where we go back to the experience and we write about it. We write about the pain. We write about the discord. We write about the separation from ourselves. We write about, in her case, her rage at God, her rage at her family, her rage at herself for not being able to stop what happened. Now, I will tell you, there was nothing she could do. There was not one thing she could have done to stop this experience. But of course, we blame ourselves, right? And we hold ourselves hostage that we should have done something differently. But we worked through it. We wrote about the experience, exactly what happened. In the world of counseling, we call it desensitization. Don't do this on your own. Definitely hire someone to work with. But we got her to this place of writing about her rage and anger at all these different people in life, including God and herself. When we got through that, we went into this massive forgiveness phase. And the very first place we started, believe it or not, was forgiving God. That's what one of her biggest hang-ups were, but she continued to question, how could this happen? So we went and forgave God, then we forgave herself, then we forgave her family who wanted to shut her out anytime she wanted to speak about her little sister. The end result, profound. I've written about it, many articles on the internet about how she ended up going to her sister's grave on a weekly basis, leaving love letters, leaving balloons, leaving flowers, and her whole life shifted. Now, take a couple notes here. If you've experienced something in the past, it could be a sexual trauma, it could be losing a loved one that you've never dealt with in some way whatsoever, we need to process it. But I'm going to say this again, don't do it on your own. Reach out. If I can help you, I'd love to. Go to a grief support group, a minister, a priest, a different counselor, a coach, but make sure that you're not trying to push these things underneath the rug because they come back in the nastiest ways. You can be healed. She was healed, and I want the very best for you. Remember to let your friends and family know that we're here for them as well. Get them to sign up at the Daily Boost over at talkdavid.com so that they can get these inspirational daily messages too, okay? And if you have something that you haven't wanted to deal with, email me at talkdavid.com. We've done this work for 27 years. I'd love to help you be free. Have a beautiful day.